What's going on, Twitchers? It's Jimmy Sophia, and welcome back to another Minecraft mod review. This mod is called the More Nature mod, and this mod adds a bunch of new mobs into Minecraft, as well as some ambient sounds that sound really cool. So a couple weeks ago, I actually reviewed a mod called the Butterfly Mania mod, and there are some similarities in that this mod also adds butterflies, although I do encourage you guys to check out that mod review as well, because that one was totally focused on butterflies, and it goes into a lot more detail on butterflies. But this mod does add some butterflies as well as a ton of other mobs, and I'm going to show you guys each one of those today. So the first mob you may have just heard over here is called the Cricket, and I don't know where he is. There he is. He's right here. And they sort of run from the player. They're shy mobs, but when they're not moving, they actually make this really peaceful chirping sound. And it sort of adds a really nice sort of ambient sound to Minecraft. And they don't drop anything, and they're passive, and they're just sort of there. A lot of these mobs in this mod just sort of hang out. There are a couple aggressive mobs as well. But mostly what this mod is about is giving you a different sort of nature experience. So that's the Cricket. They spawn in plains, forests, and jungles. Now the next mod we're gonna look at is the Centipede. And the Centipede is right here. He's a little guy that runs around, and he spawns in forests, swamps, and jungles, and he's a passive mob as well. Now you guys saw this earlier, but there are butterflies added in this mod. And I think there's only one type of butterfly, this orange one that flies around. Sort of looks like a monarch. But they're peaceful mobs as well, and they just sort of fly around and do their thing. And as far as I know, they can sort of spawn anywhere, but they usually stick to the plains, the forests, and the jungle. I did fly out across this ocean at one point, and I saw some flying out there, so they go wherever they want, which is kind of cool. But anyways, that is the butterfly. I guess they swim underwater too, like that. Oh, sweet. They dive bomb, awesome. All right, so speaking of underwater, the next one we have is the fish. And the fish spawn in any body of water, and if you kill them, they drop raw fish, which is really nice. So if I go ahead and spawn some in here, you'll see this little guy right here is a fish, and they don't have much health or anything. But if I were to go ahead and kill this guy, you'll see that he drops some raw fish, which is really nice. So it's a much easier way of sort of getting the raw fish rather than fishing. You can sort of dive into the water and you know, slay them for yourself. However, you need to be careful of a certain fish called the angler, and the angler spawns usually in the dark depths of any body of water, but mostly the ocean. And the angler is actually an aggressive mob, and if it spots the player, if it spots you, it'll come after you, and it does 2 hearts of damage. Let me set this to daytime again. So if I spawn this in, you'll see here, this creepy looking guy is the anglerfish, and he's probably a lot higher in the, you know, in terms of the water level here than he would normally be. He's starting to swim down now. But they usually will spawn, you know, a little bit lower where it's a little bit darker. And they've got 12 health, as you can see up there in the top left. And they do attack you, so be very, very careful if you jump into the water and try and kill some fish. Now, that's not the only water mob that those aren't the only 2 water mobs that this mod adds. This one is my favorite, and it is the whale. And this whale, these are awesome. They spawn usually in the depths of the ocean, and they drop anywhere from 5 to about 16 raw fish if you kill them. They're totally peaceful, and they sort of have this really cool behavior where they sort of like that. They poke their head up a little bit, they get some air, they swim back down. I think the wiki page as well said that sometimes on occasion they might jump out of the water. So the behavior is actually really, really awesome, and they're just very peaceful. They add a really cool sound underwater, which I'll let you guys hear now. Come on, buddy, make your sounds. There you go. And if you start attacking them, they start like crying, as you can hear, making really sad sounds like, please stop. But they have a lot of health. They have 25 hearts, I think. And this one dropped, I think, like 17, 15, something like that. But I'll spawn in another one here because they're really freaking cool. And they're just peaceful. They just sort of float around the ocean and do their thing. And yeah, I don't know. I think the texture on these guys looks really awesome as well. I love the animation too, and they're definitely my favorite mob that this mod adds into Minecraft. So moving on, we now have the, where is it? The lizard. Let's grab the lizard here. I'm gonna do lizard and then snake next. All right, so the lizard is a peaceful mob, and he spawns in the plains, the desert, and the jungle, and he looks like this, and he just sort of runs around got much more of a sandy color, and he doesn't drop anything. He's got very, very low health. But there you go. That is the lizard. And the next mob is another aggressive mob, and this is the snake. And the snake, you obviously know, makes a hissing sound. Make your hissing sound. Thank you. All right, he makes a hissing sound, which warns you and lets you know that he is near. Now, he does come after you. Like I said, he's an aggressive mob. If he bites you, he will do, I believe, like 2 hearts of damage, but he'll also put a poison effect on you as well. And not only are they aggressive to you, they are also aggressive to the next mob, which I'm going to show you, and that is the mouse. The snake spawns in the desert, the swamp, and the jungle biome. The mouse spawns in the plains and the forest biome. So no overlap there in terms of biomes, but if they do sort of are on the edge, kind of like this, one spawns in one biome or whatever, and if this mouse were to get too close to the snake, come on, little snake, show him what you're made of, dude. Show him what you're made of. Go after him. Go after him. You're hungry, right? There you go. He kills him, he puts a little poison effect on him, but that doesn't matter because the mouse is already dead. So the snakes do kill the mice, and the mice are passive, obviously, and they don't drop anything when killed either, but just sort of add a nice ambient sound with their little squeaking sounds and whatnot. And the last mob that is in this mod is the bird. Now the bird is quite cool. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different types of birds. There's cardinals, blue jays, sparrows, chickadees, crows, and parrots. And they spawn in most biomes, but they typically stick to the wooded biomes. So I'm gonna show you guys some up here. We'll put some on the top of this tree. There is, I don't even know what types of bird these are. Probably a chickadee. That one looks like a sparrow. Another chickadee. That's probably a parrot. There's a cardinal. Blue jay. And waiting for like a crow or something as we overpopulate the world with birds. There we go, there's a crow. So these birds, they chirp. They add a really nice sound to the forest and, you know, the wooded biomes and whatnot. And I'm just spawning these in just to make this easier rather than going out and finding all these, obviously. But yeah, they kind of fly around, and when you do kill them, actually, they do drop feathers. I guess not every time, but sometimes they'll drop feathers. Let me see if I can get one to drop one. Come on, dude. Critical hit. Come on. Here, let's just spawn them in up here. All right, I had one drop a feather one time. Maybe they don't do it every time. They like to just run away from me too. Come on. Yeah. There we go, there we go, there we go. He dropped the feather. So they don't drop feathers every time, but occasionally they'll drop feathers and whatnot. And so there you go, guys. That is the More Nature mod. Now, I did review this mod for Minecraft 1.6.4. There is this mod, or this mod is already updated to 1.7.2. And in that version of the mod, it adds two new mobs: the manta ray, which is a passive mob that spawns in oceans and swamps, and the tropical fish, which spawn in oceans and swamps as well, and those are also passive. I just didn't have Forge installed yet for Minecraft 1.7.2, but that is the More Nature mod, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed reviewing this one. This one was a lot of fun. I love that these mobs add, you know, different sounds and sort of different aspects. Most of the mobs and mods are like the same freaking word. Most of the mobs are passive, like I said, and most of their purpose is to add, you know, different sounds and whatnot, and just give you a different experience, make the world a little bit more believable. I want them to add birds into real Minecraft so badly. I think that'd be really cool. But other than chickens, of course. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this mod review, please be sure to hit that like button down below, subscribe for more, and I will see you guys again very, very soon for the next one. Peace!